Are you going to be planning a future cruise? Don't miss this video. Min and I love cruising, and we've learned a lot from our past experiences. Did you know that there are several online discount cruise websites that can save you hundreds and hundreds of dollars on your next cruise? Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this information. We are Dennis and Min. Come join us on our traveling adventures around the world. So welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us as we share with you how to save hundreds and hundreds of dollars on your next cruise and all future cruises. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so we can keep you informed of future videos. That really helps us to grow the channel. But right now, let's get into saving you money on your future cruises. Now, there are numerous websites that offer discounts on cruise fares less than what the cruise line itself is going to be offering if you book directly with them. So this video is all about comparing the most popular discount cruise websites and finding out which one consistently is going to be saving you the most money on any cruise that you take. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare side by side these different cruise companies that offer substantial discounts as opposed to going direct with these cruise companies, which you can also book online, of course, but there are these discount cruise companies that will give you substantial savings. Now, a couple things to note before we get into these side-by-side comparisons that you don't want to miss. One is that as of July 1st, 2024, there was a federal law that went into place that makes sure that every cruise company, every cruise line now discloses what the complete fare is for any cruise after that July 1st, 2024 date. Before, they could provide these teaser fares, right, that did not include the taxes, the port fees, etc. So now all that information has to be included in the fare that they advertise to you. That is great news. What that does not include typically is going to be the gratuities, which you can expect to be on average between $15 to $20 a day per person, depending upon the cruise line. Now, in addition to that, what my side-by-side comparisons are not going to factor in are additional promotions that cruise lines are going to be offering on occasion for specific sailings, departure dates. And so that's going to vary from one company to the next. They all offer promotions, which would include including a drink package, including gratuities, including your third and maybe fourth person in the cabin at a discounted fare, or maybe including them for free. Also might be including your select dining options, which are normally extra. And so it's always based on supply and demand, right? So if there's going to be less demand, that's when these cruise lines will typically offer these incentives to get those rooms booked. Okay, so that's why, depending upon the cruise and the time of departure and how close you are to that, those promotions are going to be varying all over the place. So for simplicity's sake, I'm not going to count any of those promotional aspects into the side-by-side comparisons. We're going to be looking at just the advertised fare, which include the taxes and the port fees now, okay, now that we're doing this video in late 2024. Now, I'm going to be making comparisons with 4 online discount cruise companies. And these are all going to be comparing the exact same information. So we're talking about the destination is going to be the same for all 4 companies, along with the cruise line, the name of the ship, the sailing date, the number of nights. So we're comparing all of these fares to the same exact cruise, all right? So again, we're going to be comparing 5 cruises that are going to be departing from late 2024 through 2025, 5 different cruise lines, and we're going to be comparing those sailings between the 4 different discount cruise websites that are found online. All right, those are Cruise Plum, Cruise.com, Cruise Direct, and Vacations to Go. All right, now I recognize that some of these dates may have already come and gone, but just this is to give you an idea in how these companies compare to one another. So we're gonna get right into it, starting with December 2nd, 2024. There is a Panama Canal cruise by NCL on the Norwegian Gem, and it is for 9 nights. And you will notice that the price that we are listing here are the prices per night, per person, okay? And so we're gonna be comparing these rates between the different cruise discount websites. So the first one is going to be Cruise Plum. Now, that is an advertised fare of $99 per day. Now again, this does not include any promotions that may or may not be applicable to this particular sailing, and that goes for every cruise that I'm going to mention from here on out. And then the other comparison is going to be with Cruise.com, same exact sailing at $79 per night per person. And then we've got Cruise Direct, which is also the same fare at $79. And then we have Vacations to Go, which is going to be coming in at $74 per night per person. Now, the second cruise is going to be heading for the Bahamas, and that is going to be the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. The ship name is Radiance of the Seas, and the sail date is January 11th, 2025 for 7 nights. So we've got that same cruise, and how does that compare between these 4 different online discount cruise companies? So we have Cruise Plum that would cost $118 per night per person. Cruise.com is going to be $109. Cruise Direct, $92. And Vacations to Go, $91 per night per person. And then we have an Alaskan cruise that is going to be on the Holland Cruise Line. The cruise ship is Zaandam, and that departs June 25th, 2025 for 7 nights. And the price per night under Cruise Plum, their advertised fare is $152. Cruise.com is $143 per night per person. Cruise Direct is $136 per night per person. And Vacations to Go is $135 per night. And then we have a Japan cruise by Celebrity Millennium. And that sail date is October 17th, 2025. And that's going to be for 12 nights. And that's going to be advertised fare from Cruise Plum at $191. And Cruise.com is $202 per day. Cruise Direct is $173. And Vacations to Go, $158 per night per person. And then we have a Europe cruise on Princess Cruise Lines. The ship is the Majestic. The sail date is March 4th, 2025 for 7 nights. And the price per night under Cruise Plum is $133. Cruise.com, $116. Cruise Direct is $128 per night. And Vacations to Go, $103 per night per person. So the winner is, out of these 5 cruises, Vacations to Go, you'll probably notice, consistently was less expensive than the other 3 cruise companies that I mentioned. Cruise Direct, Cruise.com, and Cruise Plum. And from my understanding, Cruise Plum is really a site that directs you more so direct to the cruise line. So that's probably more of their actual fare if you book direct with them. But one thing that you'll notice is that all of these websites have a lot of information on there. And again, this is just a way to start your research on trying to get the best deal on a cruise. Because again, it's certain times of the year, and what these fares are now can change over time, right? And whereas one particular cruise line doesn't offer any promotions, perhaps as it gets closer, because supply and demand, as it gets closer to that sail date, they might include free internet, a drink package, maybe including your gratuities, right? And keep in mind, so I just chose 5 random cruises, right, between now and the end of 2025. So I did not compare the thousands of cruises that are going to be taking place over the next 3 years between these different websites. I don't have time for that. You don't have time to listen to me talk about that. But I think this is a very good, fair comparison, leaving out the promotional aspects so we can compare apples to apples. And knowing that when this video was made in November 2024, the advertised fares might be less or might be more as it gets closer to that sailing date. Another disclaimer, I'm not getting any money, any commissions whatsoever from any of these cruise line websites, much less Vacations to Go. I asked them, they said no, that's okay. I just wanted to provide this information because we've saved some money using them. And again, just remember that if you are going on a particular cruise, compare that fare to these different websites and also compare what promotions they may be offering or maybe not offering. Because if they are offering some great incentives and promotions in addition to that fare, even if it's higher than Vacations to Go, as an example, those additional add-ons like free internet, drink package, gratuities are included, all of that will be far and above much greater savings than the fare savings between the two online companies. All right, so I hope this has been helpful. Drop a comment if there's any other companies out there that you've used, or if you've used the ones that we've mentioned here in this video, and how your experience was. And we look forward to seeing you again on the next video. Take care.